Ellipse with center at HK. Sa video number 1, pinag-aralan natin ang meaning ng ellipse and then the geometric properties of ellipse. Now, if you want to study about the ellipse, please proceed first to video number 1 before you take this lesson. Okay, again, meron tayong focus or foci. This is the plural term for focus. We have here focus number 1 and focus number 2. And then this time, our center is now at HK. Sa video number 1 kasi, center is at the origin. And then, we have the major axis, no? Which is, doon nakalocate ang focus, no? At saka, vertices. Ang ating major axis ay parallel doon sa pinakamahabang diameter. Okay, at ang ating minor axis naman ay perpendicular sa major axis. Now, this is what we call the semi-major axis, yung kalahati ng major axis, and then semi-minor axis, yung kalahati din ng minor axis, and then another semi-minor axis. So again, the length of the major axis is again 2 times A, while the length of the minor axis is 2 times B. Okay, again, uulitin ko, ang focus ay lagi lang katabi ni vertex, no? Ayan. And then, kung nasaan yung major axis, nandun lang lagi nakalocate si focus at si vertex. And then, yung another point ay intercepts na. So, this will be the equation that you're going to use for the standard equation of ellipse. So that will be x minus h quantity squared over a squared plus quantity y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So center is at hk, then foci is at h minus ck, and h plus c comma k. And then vertices is at h minus a comma k, and then h plus a comma k. Then intercepts is at h comma k plus b and h comma k minus b. No? So for finding the values or the missing value of a, b, c, you're going to use a squared is equal to b squared plus c squared. Now if the major axis is located sa y-axis, ito naman ang ating image para doon. So, center is at HK, no? Again, kung mapapansin nyo, dahil ito yung major axis, siya yung pinakamahabang diameter. So, focus there will be HK plus C. So, again, dito yung focus sa pinakamahabang diameter at ayun yung focus 2. Katabi niya uli yung yung dalawang vertices. Okay, so that would be focus 1 is at HK plus C and focus 2 is at HK minus C. So vertex 1 is at HK plus B and H comma K minus B. And then intercepts rather is at H minus AK, and intercept number 2 is at H plus A comma K. Okay, let us have problem number 1. For example, ang problem ay sketch the graph of quantity x minus 3 squared over 100 plus y minus 4 quantity squared over 36 equal to 1. So, the solution would be, hahanapin mo muna ang values ng H, K, A, B, and C for you to determine the center, the foci, the vertices, and intercepts. So since you have x minus 3 quantity squared, so therefore, ang h mo ay equal sa positive 3. Ang k mo ay equal sa positive 4. So since mas mataas ang nasa denominator ng x minus 3 quantity squared, which is 100, so therefore, the major axis would be the x-axis. So, let us find the values of A, B, and C. Kasi meron ka ng H, tsaka K. So, ang A mo, so that would be A squared, no, is equal to 100. To get the value of A, we will just get the square root of both sides. So, that would be square root of 100 is equal to 10. And B squared is equal to 36. Square root of 36 is equal to 6. And C is missing. So, meron ka ng A at B. So, ano ang gagawin mo para mahanap ang value ng C? No? So, since ang ating major axis ay x-axis, yan, ito yung pattern natin. Okay, to find the value of C, ito yung gagamitin natin na formula. So, pwedeng C squared is equal to A squared, lilipat lang natin yung B squared sa kabila. So, magiging A squared minus B squared is equal to C squared. Okay, so ito na siya. So, you have C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. So, that would be C squared is equal to 100 minus 36. So, C squared is equal to 64. To find the value of C, we'll just get the square root of both sides. So, that would be square root of 64 is 8. So, meron ka ng values ng H, K, at A, B, and C. Now, it's time for you to find or to locate these four properties that are needed in order for you to graph the ellipse. So, center is at 3, 4. No? So, you have 3, 4. That is at H, K. Ito. So, foci is at H minus C, K, and H plus C, comma, K. So, ito yun. 3 minus 8, comma, 4, plus 3 plus 8, comma, 4. So, that will be negative 5, 4, 11, 4. So, galing siya dito sa 3 minus 8 is negative 5, and 3 plus 8, 11. So, yung dalawang 4, kinopya lang. And then, vertices is at, ito, sabi, H minus A, comma, K, and H plus A, comma, K. So, that would be 3 minus 10, comma, 4, and 3 plus 10, comma, 4. So, 3 minus 10 is negative 7. 3 plus 10 is positive 13. Intercepts is at H, comma, K plus B, and H, comma, K minus B. So, that would be 3 and 10. And then 3 and negative 2. So, that is 4 minus 6. So, since kompleto na ang mga kailangan mo, pwede ka nang mag-graph. So, center is at 3, 4. So, di tayo, 1, 2, 3, then 4. So, this would be your center. And then, foci is at negative 5, 4. So, ito yon, negative 5, 4. And then, 11, 4. So, that will be your focus. And then, vertices is at 13, 4. And negative 7, 4. Yan. And then, intercepts is at 3, 10. So, ito yun. And 3, negative 2. So, dito siya. No? So, ayan. Kailangan pantay-pantay siya. Okay, so that would be the image of your ellipse. So, pwede mo na siyang i-drawing. Hindi ako masyadong marunong mag-drawing. Accurate na ellipse. Ayan. Pasensya na. And then, nalagyan mo lang ng line dito. Okay. So, that would be your ellipse. Okay, let us proceed to problem number 2. Find the equation of an ellipse which center is at 3, negative 2. Then the length of the major axis is 8 units and is parallel to the x-axis, and the length of the minor axis is 6 units. So, solution given, no? May given na tayo na foci, which is center rather, which is 3, negative 2. So, therefore, may value ka na ng H at saka ng K, which is 3 and negative 2. So, ang hanapin mo na lang ay values ng A, B, and C in order for you to find the equation. Kasi yun yung mga kailangan. So, yung length daw ng major axis is 8 units and is parallel to the x-axis. Siyempre, yun ang major axis mo kaya siya parallel sa x-axis. So, since 8 units, sabi natin kanina, ang measure ng major axis is 2a, no? So, therefore, you have 2a is equal to 8 units. Okay, to get the value of a, you have to divide both sides by 2. So, you have a is equal to 4. So, may value ka na ng a. And then, 2b is equal to 6. No? Kasi ang sabi, the length of the minor axis is 6 units. So, therefore, meron ka ng 2b is equal to 6. Therefore, your b will be 3. Or, yeah. Daming pala tandaan. May ganun na, may ganun pa. Okay. Since ang kailangan mo lang naman ay A tsaka B dun sa paghahanap ng equation ng ellipse o ng standard equation ng ellipse. So, therefore, meron ka ng x minus h quantity squared plus y minus k quantity squared is equal to 1 or x minus h quantity squared over a squared, hindi ko nabanggit yun, plus quantity y minus k squared over b squared is equal to 1. So, you have there x minus 3 galing sa center plus y plus 2 galing kay k. Yan. Over 4 squared then 3 squared is equal to 1. Ang technique lang dito, hindi nyo naman kailangan tandaan kung dito yung a squared, dito yung b squared, dito yung b squared, dito yung a squared. Basta kung ano yung major axis niya, no? Nandoon yung mas mataas na value. So, kung ang mas mataas ay 4 kaysa sa 3, a tsaka b lang naman yun eh. So, ibig sabihin, 4 yung mas mataas, yun yung ilalagay mo dun sa may x na nakalagay. Kasi x-axis yung kanyang major axis. So, magiging 4 squared tsaka 3 squared naman dito. So, therefore, this would be your standard equation. Okay. So, that would be your answer. Okay. Problem number 3 is find the standard equation of an ellipse with center at 3, 4, and then the length of the major axis is 10 units and parallel to the y-axis. And the length of the minor axis is 8 units. So, solution, meron na tayong center which is at 3, 4, and therefore, ang values ng h tsaka k natin ay positive 3 and positive 4. So, makukuha na natin agad yung values ng a tsaka b galing dito sa length ng major axis at saka ng minor axis. Okay, yung kaninang solution natin. So, C ang nawawala. Since yun lang ang kailangan natin, so pwede mo nang isulat yung x minus h quantity squared, yung standard equation, plus quantity y minus k squared is equal to 1. Again, mas mataas yung tawag dito. Hindi pala, mas sabi, ang major axis ay 10 units. So, yun yung 5. No? So, nasa y-axis siya, kaya dito mo ilalagay yung 25. Dito, yan. And then, dito yung 16. So, therefore, ang equation mo ay quantity x minus 3 squared over 16 plus quantity y minus 4 squared over 25 is equal to 1. So, if you want to find the center, the foci, then the vertices and intercepts, now all you have to do is, again, i-pattern natin dito. Ayan. So, dito siya. So, since ang major axis mo ay y-axis, so dito ka titingin. No? Okay, center. So, hanapin muna natin ang value ng C. Okay, C. So, pwedeng, ang formula natin ay magiging C squared is equal to A squared minus B squared. So, yan yung formula natin. Okay, so C squared is equal to 5. Magalawang table ko. 5 squared minus 4 squared. So c squared is equal to 25 minus 16. So therefore, you have c squared is equal to 9. So to get the value of c squared, you have to get the square root of both sides. So c is equal to positive 3. Okay, to get the, kung gusto mo lang naman hanapin o kung tinatanong yung center, so ano magiging center natin? HK, no? So ang HK ay ito, 3, 4. And then foci is at h, k plus c and h, k minus c. So that is foci so ang h mo ay 3, then k plus c, ang k natin ay 4 plus 3, and then h 3, and then k minus c, 4 minus 3. And then, ang vertices natin ay h, k plus b, and h, k minus b. So, vertices is at h. Ang h natin ay 3, and then k plus c. So, ang k natin ay 4. Yun ba yun? Yan. Plus b, which is 4. And 3, 4 minus 4. And then, ang intercepts natin ay yan, ito. H plus a, k, and then h minus a, k. So, you have h. Ang h natin ay 3 plus, ano bang a natin? Ang a ay 5, k, which is 4, and 3 minus 5, 4. So, lagyan natin ang sagot. So, therefore, ang sagot sa foci ay 3 tsaka 7 and 3 tsaka 1. Ito naman, sa vertices, 3 tsaka 8 at 3 tsaka 0. And dito, sa intercepts ay 3 tsaka, 8 tsaka 4 and negative 2 tsaka 4. Ayan.